So this is the program, students. We are going to study that how to check whether the given number is a palindrome number or not. So I'm creating a class palindrome. Here we had created the class. Now I'm writing the question. Write a program to check whether it is a palindromic number or not. Now, what is palindromic number? Palindromic number is a number which can be read from starting and ending as same. For example, if you see 1331, 121, like this. So these are termed as palindromic numbers. Now let's see, make the program for palindromic number. We are defining a class palindrome. After defining a class palindrome, we are defining a method void check we are giving and taking the input from the user int num as parameterize. You can also take the value input from the using scanner class, but it's good habit to take the input in parameterize if it is not given. So now after taking the number input parameterize num, we have to find the reverse. So for reverse, we are again declaring rev equals to 0 and declaring one d equals to 0. Now defining a for loop and initializing I equals to number, I must be greater than 0, I plus I equals to I divided by 10, right? Now have a look the same way, I is being initialized as num, number is being initialized as I. So I becomes the temporary variable, condition is checked whether I is greater than 0 or not, and I is updating the last digit, removing by this statement I equal to I divided by 10. Now we will extract the last digit from the variable I by writing I modulus 10. After that, we'll simply store the or find the reverse. In this way, reverse equal to reverse multiply 10, adding digit which has been extracted. Now simply close the loop. So with this statement, the reverse of the value will be extracted. Now at the last, what you have to do, you have to check whether reverse is equals to the entered number num. If it is so, then you will print a message to the user system.out.println, that is, it's a palindromic number, right? If it is not so, you will print after the else, that is system.out.println not a palindromic number. So here we had printed both the conditions. Now closing the function and closing the class. See, I'm compiling the program, put the question in the multi-line comment. After putting it in multi-line comment, we are again compiling the program. Compile, you can see that it is being displayed, class compiled, no syntax error. Close the class, again create an object of this class. So here the object has been created. Now invoke the function. Such as I am giving 123, which is not a palindrome, non-palindromic. See, it is printing not a palindromic number, no a palindromic number, because the message we had printed no, right? Have a look now. We are just updating the value, not a palindromic number. Again, compile it, close it. I'm giving one palindromic number, invoking the function, say 1331. Okay. So it is a palindromic number. So in this way, we can check whether the given number is a palindromic number or not. So you can see the program. So first of all, we have declared the class, declared the function, taken the number input, declared two variables. Instead of this D, if you want to, you can simply write this statement I modulus 10 over here also. Clear? So there is no need to take D over here. See, I'm just removing this variable and just removing this part also, and writing this instead of D over here. So this thing also can be done. It will gives the same result, or you can remove these curly braces too, because after for we are just want to execute only one statement. So there is no need to apply curly braces, but if you want to apply, you can apply. No syntax error, close, creating an object, right click. Now see, I am giving again 141. So it is a palindromic number. Now I'm just giving any one non-palindromic number, say 1256. So it's not a palindromic number. So in this way, students, we can create a program to check whether the given number is a palindromic number or not.